This is Mac OS Ken.
3 notes from the financial front, spending money on Apple stuff, and 2 tales of Apple TV Plus. It is Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. Learn more at simplysafe.com/macOSCan. This show is also sponsored by Headspace, meditation made simple. An interesting thing has happened to me since I started using Headspace. Mindfulness has become less a thing I do and more a thing that happens. I'll give you an example. Sitting down to lunch by myself yesterday, I reached for my phone, either to read news or listen to a podcast, and then I didn't. I realized I would be paying no attention to what I was eating and barely paying attention to the media I was consuming. Instead, I was present for one thing, which seriously feels better. Things like that are happening more often. The Headspace app makes meditation and mindfulness easy habits to pick up, which makes my head a better place. Try it for yourself. Find some Headspace at headspace.com/macOSCan and get a 1-month free trial of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/macOSCan today. headspace.com/macOSCan. A bit of uncertainty around iPhone sales in China. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note from Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani. That's got numbers for the month of September that show weakness for both iPhone and the wider smartphone market. According to his note, international smartphone shipments, which pretty much means iPhone shipments in China, those were down 31.6% year over year in the month of September and 20.1% month over month, notable delta versus 100% month over month growth during the last September launch in 2019. The 2020 launch was in October. To be honest, this note is kind of hard to track. 1 minute Daryanani's doing a year-on-year comparison. Next minute he's comparing the 2 and 3 year ago period, since those represent the last September launches for iPhone. And even those aren't apples to apples, if you'll pardon my use of that term. He does try to sort those, though. Quoting his note again, we think a number of factors could be at play here, including that the prior launches, 2019, 2018, etc., took place several days earlier in the month than the September 2021 launch. It is also difficult to draw concrete conclusions from the past month's data, since it is impossible to discern how many iPhone 13 shipments it captures. Basically, he thinks this month's numbers will be easier to read. He also thinks they will show considerably more strength. He's also expecting Apple's September quarter earnings to crush the same quarter a year ago. Of course, this year should offer an easier compare since there were new iPhones this September. Last year's phones shipped later, as we mentioned earlier. I wonder when normal is going to go back to being a thing. Daryanani ends his note saying the month of September represents what should prove to be a momentary period of quiet ahead of robust demand for the iPhone 13 lineup, and we expect strength ahead. He's got an outperform rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $180. While normal times may not be now times, Morgan Stanley analyst Katie Huberty sees strength for iPhone amid uncertainty. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note she wrote wherein she noted crazy long wait times for iPhone 13 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro Max. She says lead times for those models are 32.5 days, the longest of any iPhone model launched in the last 5 years at this point in the cycle. The thing is, she says, Apple is having trouble getting enough parts for those models, specifically camera modules manufactured by Sharp in Vietnam. She acknowledges that that makes it harder to deduce the impact of demand versus supply on iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max lead times. That said, she is optimistic. Quoting her note, lead times to date for all 4 iPhone 13 models outperforming their respective iPhone 12 and iPhone 11 peers from the last 2 years. We believe early demand is at least in line with internal expectations and tracking to our plus 4% year-over-year iPhone shipment growth forecast in fiscal year 2022. Also, she says iPhone's share of the Chinese market grew in September of this year versus the same month a year ago, the strongest month of share gains for Apple since March of 2019 in her estimation. I have no idea what that means for Darianani's note, though I kind of like his wait and see idea rather than trying to figure it out right now. Huberty has an overweight rating on Apple shares. Her price target on the shares is $168. Wrapping our trio of notes from the financial front is Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives. He's looking for Apple to beat the street's revenue expectation of $84.8 billion by about $1 billion. That is not the news from his note. The news from his note is a seemingly sudden concern around the supply chain. This is the guy who indicated a couple of days ago that he thought Apple announcing new laptops and AirPods now was a statement that it can deliver hardware despite issues experienced by many companies in the supply chain. Then again, that was those devices, and this is iPhone. A note posted on Apple 3.0 has Ives writing, "The elephant in the room for Apple and every other tech and auto player heading into next week's earnings call remains the chip shortage crunch and what impact this global logistics Rubik's Cube will have on iPhone builds and shipments for the holiday season." Worried, not worried might be the best way to describe his thinking. Even if Apple has to cut iPhone production by 5 million to 10 million units, those are not sales that Apple will lose, in his estimation. Rather, they are sales that'll be pushed to next quarter. Apple remains a top tech name to own in Ives' estimation, probably why he is sticking with his outperform rating on Apple shares and his price target of $185. If you live near a Target but not near an Apple store, you may live near an Apple store soon. Mac Daily News ran what looks like a press release from Target this week, announcing that it's doubling the number of Apple stores inside Target locations. It's a convenient move headed into the holidays, though the number is still pretty small. Of the 1,900 Target stores in the U.S., 17 currently have Apple at Target shop-in-shop locations. That'll go up to 36 in the coming weeks, including 7 in Florida, 3 in Minnesota, and 9 in Texas. Target or not, let's go shopping, nerds. I mean nerds in the most affectionate way possible. If you want to fast charge that 14-inch MacBook Pro you ordered, you're going to want to order a new charger too. iMore says the 67-watt charger included with that machine will not cut it. That one is said by the site to be compact, providing efficient charging at home, in the office, or on the go. But if you want to go quick, you will need a 96-watt power adapter. That'll let you go from 0% to 50% charged in as little as 30 minutes, according to iMore. If you've not placed an order yet, the site says the 96-watt power adapter is available as a $20 upgrade during the ordering process. If you missed that bit but want fast charging, time to go shopping, nerd. If you're worried about the 16-inch machine, it doesn't seem like you need to be. iMore says the 96-watt adapter is included with any MacBook Pro that has an M1 Pro chip with a 10-core CPU or an M1 Max chip. Another decision to make with your Mac. Do you want AppleCare Plus? If so, it'll cost you a little bit more this time than last. Mac Rumors says AppleCare Plus for the new 16-inch MacBook Pro is priced at $399, which is a $20 increase over the cost of AppleCare for the prior generation 16-inch model. AppleCare Plus for the 14-inch MacBook Pro is priced at $279, which is a $10 increase over the cost of AppleCare Plus for the prior generation 13-inch Intel machine. The company is also offering annual renewable AppleCare Plus. That'll run buyers $100 a year for the 14-inch machine and $150 for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Cancel anytime or, I guess, keep it forever. One last item that is exceedingly hard to get. Remember yesterday when I said that the $19 polishing cloth Apple was offering had pushed out to stocking stuffer territory? Yeah, it looks like even that window is closing. Another piece from Mac Rumors on Wednesday said that orders placed right then were showing delivery between the 20th of December and the 17th of January. For a cloth. People really are something. More news in a moment, but first a word from Simply Safe, the right way to protect your home. Lights, camera, security. Actually, camera, lights, security might make more sense. I've been telling you this week about Simply Safe's new wireless outdoor security camera. I've told you about its easy installation and how serious they are about the wireless thing. It's got an easy-to-remove rechargeable battery, so you don't need to worry about an outlet. Just put it where you need it. It's got a motion-activated spotlight built in that'll switch on whenever somebody steps into its sight. And it's got a two-way audio system, so you can let prowlers know it's time to go. Oh, and the camera itself is great. Ultra-wide 140-degree field of view, 1080p HD resolution with an 8x zoom, and all of it folds into the award-winning Simply Safe system. My Simply Safe was super easy to install. Safety and simplicity, inside and out. That's Simply Safe. To learn more about the exciting new Simply Safe wireless outdoor security camera, visit simplysafe.com/macOSCan. What's more, Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera by offering 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. SIMPLI. Again, that's simplysafe.com/macOSCan. You know, I'm starting to think Apple really wants its employees to get vaccinated. A piece from CNET highlights a Bloomberg report that says Apple is about to start requiring daily COVID-19 tests for unvaccinated office workers. Well, daily as in each time they want to go into the office, according to Bloomberg. For folks who work in retail, testing for the unvaccinated will reportedly happen twice a week. According to CNET, the new testing policy will also apply to employees who decline to reveal their vaccination status. Vaccinated employees will also be subjected to weekly rapid tests, according to the report. The piece says the new rules take effect on Monday, the 1st of November. Apple does not seem to have commented on the report. Apple's added more star power to the climate change drama Extrapolations. The Hollywood Reporter says Matthew Rhys, Kit Harington, and Meryl Streep are joining the limited series. The show already had an impressive cast, including Sienna Miller, Gemma Chan, Daveed Diggs, and David Schwimmer, among others. Written by Scott Burns, the report says the 8-episode series will tell interconnected stories about how the upcoming changes to the planet will affect love, faith, work, and family. As Burns explains it, the only thing we know for sure about the future is that we are all going there together, and we're taking with us our hopes, our fears, our appetites, our creativity, our capacity for love, and our predilection to cause pain. These are the same tools that storytellers have been using since the beginning of time. Our show is just using them to keep time from running out. The show is currently in production. No word on when it'll hit the stream. And finally today, shifting our focus to the final frontier, it's Snoopy. Cult of Mac says Apple has released a trailer for the second season of the Daytime Emmy-nominated series Snoopy in Space. According to the cult, after the first season's visit to the moon and the International Space Station, Snoopy and the Peanuts gang get ready for a journey across the universe in search of life. I'm going to have to watch this cartoon. I mean, I'm probably not going to, but I think I really should. In a search for alien life in the universe, says the report, Snoopy and his friends put NASA's current research front and center. That includes searching for traces of ice and ancient fossils on Mars. It touches on drilling into oceans hidden inside distant moons, and it even seeks out exoplanets far beyond our own solar system. Season 2 of Snoopy in Space will, I'm sorry, I have to say it, blast off on the 12th of November on Apple TV+. Between now and then, you can catch the trailer on YouTube. Coming up in a few minutes, Mike Rose, co-host of The After Show, stops by to talk to us about why he has not gotten an iPhone 13 and isn't getting a new MacBook Pro. Spoiler, he's waiting for you to buy it for him. Well, you or his boss, maybe. Interesting thoughts, too, on Apple's M-series machines and the Enterprise. Find and listen to the show in a few minutes, wherever you find and listen to podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by SimpliSafe. Check out the new SimpliSafe wireless outdoor security camera and get 20% off your system at simplisafe.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.